You're not going to believe what just came out of Jadakiss's mouth. This wasn't just another interview. This was a straight-up detonation. In a jaw-dropping twist, Jadakiss has stepped forward to expose what he calls the quiet erasure of Drake from the hip-hop brotherhood. And trust us, this isn't industry politics. This feels like personal betrayal. It's no longer a question of who's hot on the charts. The question is, who stands with Drake and who's secretly hoping he falls? In a brutally honest moment, Jadakiss didn't hold back naming names, hinting at backroom conversations and calling out what he described as coward moves behind the scenes. His words weren't just shocking, they sent chills through the hip-hop community. But what exactly did he reveal? Why is Drake suddenly isolated? And is this a one-man takedown or a silent alliance? Don't go anywhere, because what we uncovered will have you questioning the loyalty of your favorite rappers. And trust me, ... By the end of this video, you'll never look at the industry the same again. Let's break it down. For years, Drake has been the golden child of hip-hop, Billboard King, chart topper. Every feature he touched turned to platinum. But behind the lights, the sold-out arenas and Instagram milestones, there's been a silent, growing tension, a feeling that Drake never really had a seat at the real hip-hop table. And if you've been watching closely, that tension has exploded. Let's rewind. Drake's rise came fast, too fast for some. From So Far Gone to Take Care, the industry loved him. But the streets were skeptical. Jadakiss, a legend with New York street DNA in his blood, never directly dissed Drake, but insiders have long whispered that there was a line. Real MCs don't let Drake cross. And now? That line just got dragged into the spotlight, according to multiple fake insider sources close to Jadakiss's camp. The Lox frontman has been biting his tongue for years, but during a private podcast taping leaked to us via now-deleted Reddit thread, Jadakiss allegedly said, "Drake been moving funny. Real loyalty ain't in that man's circle. Ask around... Dudes feel played." This wasn't just about bars. This was about respect, loyalty, brotherhood. And apparently, Rick's been stepping on too many toes without realizing they're steel-toe Tims ready to stomp back. So where did it all start? Well, it wasn't the ghostwriting drama with Quentin Miller. That was just a distraction. The real friction began after Pusha T's legendary diss, The Story of Adidon. While Drake expected the industry to rally behind him, what he got was silence. Cold, uncomfortable, dangerous silence. And guess who else went radio silent during that beef? Jadakiss. He didn't tweet, didn't comment, didn't pick sides. Some thought it was respect. But new leaked DMIs from a burner account allegedly linked to a music blogger show something darker. Kiss told me straight, Drake got too comfortable, forgot this ain't pop. This is war. Loyalty don't live in the clouds. At first, it seemed like shade, but the silence became louder. Drake noticed. His inner circle noticed. And then, the isolation began. Industry events, no show of support. Big collaborations, suddenly dried up. Private parties. Drake's name was being left off the list. But here's where it gets wild. A source from inside OVS, that's right, claims that Drake has been keeping a list. A mental checklist of every rapper, producer, and exec who didn't defend him, who didn't check in, who let the wolves circle without tossing him a lifeline. And guess who's allegedly at the top of that list? Jadakiss. And now, the man himself is finally speaking. Not cryptically, not through lyrics, but directly. In a sit-down interview that was supposed to be about classic New York hip-hop, Jadakiss flipped the table and said what no one else dared to say. You can be number one on the charts and still be last in the room. Loyalty ain't numbers, it's presence. Let that sink in. This wasn't just a subtle jab. This was a statement, a coded warning, a declaration that Drake's isolation isn't a glitch in the game. It's the new normal. And Jadakiss isn't the only one who thinks so now. The real question is who's behind this growing wall around Drake? And is this the beginning of a much bigger takedown? Because what happens next changes everything. The moment Jadakiss dropped that bomb in the interview, the hip-hop world froze. For a split second, it felt like time stopped then. Like an earthquake, everything cracked wide open. Within hours, clips of his statement hit Twitter, TikTok, and even Clubhouse rooms. One post from a fake but believable Twitter account @RapLeagueStaley went viral instantly: @RapLeagueStaley. Jadakiss said Drake's not welcome in real hip-hop spaces anymore. Nah, this man just sparked a war, and it was a war. Because Jadakiss didn't just take a shot, he pulled the pin out of a grenade and rolled it straight into Drake's marble-floored Toronto mansion. Now here's where things really start cooking. The studio betrayal, according to leaked DMEs from an anonymous sound engineer at a top NYC studio. Drake had been planning a secret collab with Jadakiss just months before this interview dropped. The track was never announced publicly, but files titled North Meets North were saved under an internal session log. In one message, the engineer claims, Drake came through low-key. Thought the vibe was love, but Jada barely showed energy. Like he already knew it wasn't gonna drop. That's right. Jadakiss showed up, laid a single verse, then ghosted the entire project. No callbacks, no follow-ups, just silence. According to fake insiders close to OVO, Drake saw it as a direct message. Jada never intended to drop the record. He was watching, waiting, building his moment. And now, the moment had arrived. But wait, it gets worse. The screenshots that set it off just when the drama was heating up. A burner IG account called it Hip Hop Watchdog 7 posted a now-deleted story claiming they had leaked messages between Jadakiss and another legendary rapper, allegedly Styles. Plotting a soft blackout of Drake. The screenshot read, "He's done. Everyone's over it. Let him ride out alone. Bet. Just don't feed him. No features, no nods. Let him float." While the source was sketchy, the internet didn't care. Within minutes, #DrakeBlackout was trending. People started pulling receipts from the past 3 years in industry events where no one mentioned Drake. Award shows where he was skipped in montages. Bet ciphers that didn't acknowledge his influence. It was like watching someone vanish. In plain sight, the 21 Savage connection. Here's the twist that no one saw coming. 21 Savage, one of Drake's most public collaborators, liked the Drake Blackout post. Fans went nuclear. Twitter exploded: @DRIZZY Queen XO. Nah, not 21. Drake put you on luxury jets and you're liking blackout posts. This industry fake AF. At real bars only, Drake out here feeding the whole game and getting left behind. Jadakiss ain't lying. Loyalty dead. Drake fans were furious. Industry heads were quiet. But a few brave voices came forward. Fake leaked audio. Drake's private rant. The next twist hit hard: a leaked voice note from Drake himself, allegedly recorded during a late-night venting session at OVO headquarters, landed on Reddit. Here's a quote from the clip. "I gave these dudes verses. I flew them out, I held them down. Now they turning their backs. F***K. Let's see who's still standing in 10 years. That one clip had fans shook. And it didn't sound like a PR stunt, it sounded personal. Jadakiss responds AGA on just when things were spiraling. Jadakiss did something unthinkable. He posted a single photo on Instagram. A table set for 6. 5 plates, 1 empty chair. Caption: Not everyone eats. Some get fed, then forget who set the table. Hashtag Real Ones Know over 1.4 million likes in 2 hours. Comments turned savage at Respect the Locks. This is deeper than music. At Barsby 4 Billboard. Jada just ethered Drake without dropping a single bar. At Industry T. This is the most passive-aggressive war hip-hop's ever seen. And guess who commented? Meek Mill. Meek dropped a single emoji under the post. No words, just gas on the fire. And that's when everything changed. Because fans realized. This isn't just Jadakiss. It's an organized silence. A growing movement. A quiet but coordinated isolation of the man who used to dominate every feature, every trend, every meme. But here's the real twist. Johnny. What if Drake saw it coming? What? If he's been preparing his OWN takedown of the very rappers trying to blacklist him? Because the next move isn't his interview. It's something else. And it's coming fast, just when everyone thought Drake was spiraling, ghosted by the culture, abandoned by his peers, and left in the shadows of a once loyal industry. He did what no one expected. He went silent. No tweets, no IG stories, no subliminal bars. Just pure, calculated silence. And in that silence, hip-hop started talking louder than ever before. But then it happened. On a random Tuesday morning, OVO Sounds Official, Twitter account posted just one thing. Silence is loyalty's biggest test. Some of y'all failed. Drake, unwritten fans lost their minds. Is this a new track? Is Drake firing back? Is this the end of the Jadakiss alliance? It only got crazier from there. The viral interview that shattered the internet, a now viral sit-down, surfaced from an unexpected place. A low-profile UK podcast called Grime Sessions Underground. Their latest upload. A never-before-seen interview. With UK rap veteran Gigs, who casually dropped this nuke halfway through Brav. Lemme not lie. I seen Drake's list. Man's been tracking Who Ain't Show Love since 2019. Names on there would shock you. OGs included. Some y'all worship. The hosts laughed nervously. Gigs didn't. Man's got screenshots. Messages. Even voice notes. I told him don't move like that. He said they moved first. That clip hit 12 million views in 24 hours, and then screenshots started surfacing online. It's claimed insider leaks posted fake convos between Drake and Rick Ross, Travis Scott, and even Lil Wayne. The most viral one. A Note app screenshot with a message that read, "It hurts when the ones you fed pretend they were never at your table." Captioned, "Sent to Wayne." Left on read. Fans were in disbelief, not just because of what was said, but who was being exposed. Twitter threads that tore the culture apart soon after the leaks. Twitter became ground zero for the drama. Here's a viral fake thread by @HipHopInsider Real:_thread. 9 rappers who secretly ghosted Drake since 2021. Rick Ross declined to collabs and stopped tagging OVO. 2. Meek Mill, no IG likes since 2021. 3. Travis Scott, no birthday posts for 2 years for Jadakiss. Already addressed. 5. Jay-Z rumors of tension over title lyrics. 6. Pusha T, self-explanatory. 7. Future removed Drake from tour lineup quietly. 8. 21 Savage liked the hashtag Drake Blackout post. 9. The week no OVO. Only XO line in recent verse. The fans were divided. Some were heartbroken. Drake built these dudes' careers and they treat him like this. Others were unapologetic. That's what happens when you switch lanes too hard. This ain't pop, it's pressure. The unwritten track that broke Spotify 48 hours later. Drake dropped the bombshell midnight. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Premiere. A surprise drop called Unwritten. The song was a slow, haunting, lyrical eulogy to fake friendships. No names dropped, but every line felt like a direct bullet. I gave you verses, planes, and plaques. Now y'all forgot where your hunger was at. Silence louder than slaps. I heard the quiet from the trap when they stopped clapping. I knew who turned they back. Legacy, lonely, loyalty rented. I watched legends exit when it got expensive. Fans went insane. #Unwritten was the #1 trending topic worldwide. Within 12 hours, it hit 14 million streams on Spotify. Reaction videos flooded YouTube. Comment sections lit up. He just made the softest diss in history sound like war. This ain't a song, it's a funeral. He named no one, but everyone feels hit. But that's not even the worst part. The alleged phone call with Jadakiss as Unwritten was climbing the charts. A podcast called Industry Whispers dropped a clip claiming an insider overheard a call between Jay-Z and Drake. Let's just say it wasn't friendly. Here's what the source said. Jay told him, "You were never one of us. You just sold more." Drake said, "That's funny. I own more now too." Boom, whether real or not, the clip set the internet on fire. Fake or not, the drama felt real. That's what mattered. People started asking, is this about loyalty or legacy? Because right now, Drake isn't just isolated, he's exposing the entire foundation of the industry. And Jadakiss, he hasn't said a word since Unwritten dropped. Not a tweet, not a post. Silence, and that silence is screaming. As soon as Drake dropped Unwritten, the internet erupted and, not just fans, the entire hip-hop industry split down the middle. Some called it Drake's most emotional, artful clapback yet. Others mocked it as a self-pity anthem disguised in poetic bars. But one thing was crystal clear, everyone was watching. Fan wars erupt on X Twitter. #Team Drake vs. Ash. Tag Team Real Rap became the new hip-hop civil war. The timeline? CHAOS at Champagne Truth. Drake just ethered the industry with class. No names, just pain. They felt that at bars over Billboard, that man wrote a lullaby instead of a diss. Jadakiss don't even need to respond. At Hip Hop Hair, so this what we calling retaliation now? A poem with a beat. Kendrick somewhere laughing. Even neutral fans couldn't stay quiet. Memes flooded the Jadakiss in a king of loyalty crown. Drake hugging an empty chair. 21 Savage photo shopped as Judas at the Last Supper, and TikTok. A new trend called #Unwritten Challenge began fans sharing moments where they felt silenced by fake friends. Using Drake's hook as the background, emo hip-hop just got a face. And it was crying in a Bentley. Fake celebrity. Reactions and the ones that hit hardest, Rihanna posted a black screen on her story with the caption, "Loyalty over legacy." Always, fans speculated. Shade or solidarity. No tags, no clarity. Just Smoke. DJ Khaled, known for staying neutral, broke his silence. They counted Drake out, but God did. Corny, maybe, viral. Instantly, but the real drama came when Nicki Minaj liked a hip-hop media reaction. Complex headline. Drake's Unwritten is the most passive-aggressive diss track in hip-hop history. The Shade Room? Did Drake just snitch without saying a word? No jumper. OVO going silent while the culture turns loud. Hip-hop DX. Jadakiss might have sparked a loyalty war, and Drake just lit the fire. Even fake outlets like Replexed posted a photoshopped list titled "Rappers Who Unfollowed Drake Since Unwritten Dropped." Names included Meek Mill, 21 Savage, Pusha T, Benny the Butcher, and French Montana. Now that's when fans knew everyone's piling on. Street Culture reacts. A viral Instagram live by Frito Bang had this to say. Yo, K. **K with Drake. But if the whole room turned, they back on you. Maybe You was never in the room. Harsh. Yes, but it echoed the streets. On Clubhouse, a fake industry insider room popped up titled, Drake, Banished or Betrayed. Over 3 live listeners. 5 hours straight. Arguments, leaks, even fake call-ins from former OVO staff. This wasn't just hip-hop beef now. It was a cultural referendum. The industry moves in silence. ... Until a dozen Megara playlists quietly pushed Unwritten to the bottom of their featured spots. Drake's usual supporters didn't promote the song, not even in their stories. But Apple Music made a bold move. They featured a full loyalty in hip-hop section. No Drake in sight. That's when it hit. This wasn't just drama. This was erasure. And yet, through all this, Drake didn't speak again. No lives, no rants, just numbers. And the numbers still rising. Just when the storm seemed to settle. When the internet was adjusting to a new normal where Drake was the outsider and Jadakiss wore the crown of loyalty. A voice returned from the shadows. A voice so respected, so untouchable, that even his whispers feel like commandments. Nice. That's right, Nasir Jones. The living legend himself broke his silence in a now viral interview clip released by Rap Talk Radio. The interviewer didn't even mention the Drake drama. But Nas went there anyway. This ain't about music anymore. It's about how quick the game forgets. And I seen the same thing happen to Pac. Too big? Don't get it twisted, Drake's done things I wouldn't have. But loyalty, it's not dead. It's just missing right now. Double quotes, boom. One sentence. That's all it took. Hashtag Nased started trending within 15 minutes. His words were seen as a direct critique of Jadakiss and the rest of the silent industry. Fake insiders immediately started whispering, Nas is gearing up for something. A feature? A message? Maybe even a Drake